everybody, and this is my second video in my Impressionist series. The painting we are looking at right now is A Woman and a Girl Driving by Mary Cassatt, painted in 1881, and it's at the Philadelphia Museum of Art currently. Mary Cassatt was born in Pittsburgh to a wealthy family, and she later moved to Paris in 1886 to further her art training. She was included in the Impressionist circle by Degas, a fellow in-studio painter, but she also previously had artwork in the Paris Salon. She usually painted domestic scenes and scenes including mother and children, and also the social life of Paris. And here's just a painting by Degas, and it has its characteristic ballerinas and a very whimsical feel to it. Cassatt was a female artist in a male-dominated profession, and she paved the way for other female artists, so it shows that they were just as good as the men. And the painting shows Cassatt's sister Lydia and Degas' niece and a groom in the background. Mary and Lydia were very close, and Lydia actually moved to Paris with her parents in 1877. And the painting is in the Impressionist style. Of course, there's a sketchy application of paint and the not very well mixed colors. But despite the roughness of application, the painting still looks coherent and very smooth. There is a dark black and green background, and it draws the eye to the central figures, especially the young girl in white, and also her companion, who has pops of red color on her dress. The man in black in the background is very mysterious. You don't see his face, nor the horse that is pulling them. And I thought it was interesting that the woman was driving the carriage, when the man is right there. It's the 1880s, so it should naturally be the other way around, the man driving it, not the woman. The figures look slightly detached and gloomy, and there's not really a sentimental mother and child painting that Cassatt was famous for, but their flesh is still rendered tenderly. For example, the red blush on the girl's cheek is very innocent looking. And the girls here are also very high class. They can afford the fancy dress and the carriage, and there's also a sense of the movement and passing of time. The reins on the horse are blurred as well as the wheels. The coloring of the little girls reminded me of Olympia's Manet, yet it's a lot less harsh. And the little girl is rendered more smoothly and in more fine detail than the woman next to her. If you look at the fabric on her skirt, lap, and hat, it's very rough and not as smooth. The vertical gap in the background where the trees are directly contrasts with the horizontal movement of the horse in the foreground, and this just draws your eye to the left. And no one in the painting has eye contact with the viewer, but the girl's hand is reached out to us, which does help to invite the viewer into the image. And here is Manet's Olympia, and I just thought her coloring in the little girls was similar, and that's kind of pasty. And here's an image that Cassatt did, and even though it's not the typical woman and child, I still think the image is very lovely, and especially how she treats light and how it hits the subject. So thank you for watching, and check out other videos on modernism and impressionism. Thank you. Hello everybody, and this is my 5th video in my modern art series. Today we are going to be looking at The Sunflower by Gustav Klimt, who painted this in 1907. Klimt was an Austrian symbolist and Art Nouveau painter, and he was also the president of the Vienna Secession, which was Austria's avant-garde group of the early 20th century. The symbol of the group, which included artists such as Fabiani and Oschenthaler, was Pallas Athena, the